Hi, my name is Blue, and this is a review of The Witness, just like the title says it is. The Witness is a game released by Thekla Inc. in 2016. It's currently on macOS, iOS, Xbox Marketplace, Android, Windows, PlayStation Store, and Steam for $40. Before we get started, I want to quickly add that the name and the lack of advertising for The Witness are extremely misleading. If you have no idea what The Witness is, you're not alone. Put simply, it's a game that has a similar atmosphere to the Myst series. I appreciate when a game doesn't give away its entire premise at surface value, but simultaneously, you should at least know which genre to file it under. From the handful of screenshots and gameplay I'd previously seen, I was expecting this game to be some sort of a crime drama. It came as a surprise to find out that it was nothing like what I had been anticipating. For 90% of the game, you'll be looking at various grids trying to decipher a puzzle that usually relates to your location. This game can be really clever at points. Many of the puzzles are perspective-based, but for the ones that actually start throwing patterns and symbols onto the grid, the difficulty can quickly go from 0 to 60. I spent many hours recreating various puzzles on grid paper, just trying to solve them at my desk. Sometimes there are so many symbols that it's hard to keep track of which rules apply, and in some cases, the symbols will override each other. Stepping away from this game for more than a day or two can be extremely unforgiving. I found myself going back to old puzzles I had solved just to remember what the hell each symbol actually stood for. In terms of controls, the game only utilizes a single button to click on objects, to interact with things, and to solve these two-dimensional grid-based puzzles. Aside from that, you can run, and you can also walk. Honestly, there's not too much gameplay when it comes to interaction, but this minimalist approach to the control scheme has a strong cohesion with the game's overall aesthetic. The atmosphere is truly the largest selling point of The Witness. Similarly to Myst, the world around you is the most interesting character in the game. There are a dozen or so areas to freely explore. There is no specific path you need to follow. I found myself just wandering around the island until I came upon an area that caught my eye and had puzzles I could solve. In a sense, the biomes reminded me of World of Warcraft, in that there's such an obvious transition between them. But it didn't really matter since the areas were so beautiful and unique. The one issue I had with the aesthetic is that the world is so beautiful that it's truly a shame that you spend most of your time looking at these grids. Although the grids are easy to identify as puzzles, it seems like such a missed opportunity to have such a strong aesthetic, being everything, and then force your consumers to stare at a square board for hours on end. Others have reviewed this game and have given it a solid recommendation. IGN gave it a perfect 10, claiming that it was well worth the 40 hours it took to beat. Polygon gave The Witness an 8 out of 10, saying that the patience required to beat the game might not be for everyone. Games Radar also felt that the length and the pace of the game might dissuade many from playing it. Personally, I agree wholeheartedly with these concerns. Although the game is beautiful and properly challenging, I found myself wishing it would be over sooner. No, I do not wish that the puzzles were easier, but maybe they shouldn't expect their audience to stay 40 hours in a world that can be walked across in 5 minutes. I keep referencing Myst, but at least Myst had multiple areas to unlock in the game. Maybe making the map fully explorable from the beginning was a bad idea, since the scenery quickly became less artistic and more of a hassle to trudge through time and time again. The biggest issue I have, though, stands with the symbols and the rules on the grid. As of writing this, I haven't played the game in over a week, and I can't possibly see myself returning to it, even after investing 20 hours into the game. It would just be too much of a hassle to relearn everything, since all the puzzles just build on each other. Although I enjoyed the time I played The Witness, I personally think that the game asks too much of our attention, and gives too little in return. Although I'd like to see the ending of the game, I'll probably just end up pulling up a YouTube video, which is a real shame, because the 20 hours that I played, no new areas opened up and no hints were given to the story. As a general wrap up to this review, the game started off strong but didn't offer enough progression to keep me interested.